Welcome to Times of Refreshing, a conversation with women for women, hosted by Pastors Sabrina and Fabian Radway. Now, let's join today's conversation, already in progress.
Off talk, okay? Because sometimes that's what we need, and so two are better than one. Pastor Sabrina and I, we are undercovering. We have leaders. We have leaders who can talk tough to us, okay? One of our leaders comes out of the Atlanta area, Apostle Billy Johnson. Pastor, read what he says. You might be familiar with this.
Virtually everything we need comes to us from God through a relationship.
Through our relationship. Why not transformation?
Yep.
Part of the reason you're not seeing transformation is because you're trying to go this road by yourself. That's why you won't, Sister Ivy, apply yourself. That's why there's a lack of application, because you're trying to hold this row of potatoes, hold this row of turnips, hold this row of beets by yourself. You're trying to hold it by yourself, and you need help to do it. It's a strong conversation here. Thank you, Sister Ivy, for bringing this one up. She was the only one. Thank God for her. Maybe there's some others. What's missing on the list? Application. We don't see the transformation, the permanent, what is it? The can't return. I can't remember what the word is, but total, complete change. Okay, we're not seeing it because of lack of application. Yet virtually everything we need comes to us from God through relationship. And if we need the help, if we need the application, we're praying, oh God, help me to do it. Help me to do it. I'm just not doing it. I'm just not doing it. The help to do it is often going to come through relationship. Let me say that again. You keep coming before God. God, help me to manage my money better. Help me to have a better financial control. Help me to do this. Help me to build 6 pounds worth of muscle because Doc is saying this. Help me to get off of this. Virtually everything we need comes to us from God through a relationship. So God's answer to your prayer to help you transform is going to come through somebody else. Sister Carla, we still waiting for God to just zap it. So pow! Sister Nika, we still looking for Shazam. We still looking for God to come through and do something supernatural. And we grossly underestimate the value of the natural. Let me say that again. We're still looking for God to do something supernatural, yet we grossly underestimate the value of the natural. God will use the natural to do supernatural things in your life. That's what I'm saying. God will use the natural to do supernatural things in your life, which means he may use people. He's going to use people in order to bring about your transformation. Somebody jump in and say something here. Pastor Sabrina and myself have been talking. We've been chatting it up. Talk to us about this. We're talking about what's missing on the list. We're talking about application is a big problem. We're talking about falling short in applying ourselves and doing the things that are necessary to see transformation. Sister Pastor Sabrina jumped back on the back of it and says, well, you need partners. You need a partner. You need somebody who will either do the activity with you, an activity partner, or hold you accountable. Someone who will talk strong to you, honest, tough talk sometimes, in order to motivate you, not just the ones who are going to stroke you and say, now, there, it's all right. As Pastor said, sometimes you got the booger in your nose. We can't worry about your feeling. We need to tell you, you need to go in the bathroom and clean that stuff out of your nose. Okay? The reason you won't get hired is because you got a booger in your nose. The reason why you can't manage your money is because you got a booger in your nose. Whatever the booger is, okay? The reason you can't lose the weight is because you got a booger in your nose. And your friend, your partner, your activity partner who can see, and your accountability partner or your accountability partner who can see, can tell you what the booger is, can tell you which nostril it's in, where it is, and might even have a tissue to help you pull it out, okay? Somebody talk to us. Let's hear from you on this. Sister Ivy, how we doing with this? How we doing with this? Accountability.
I just
Partners
have
who
a
will
quick
help
thing
us.
to add. This is Carla. And I don't know if this is going in the same direction as the other things on the list, but the thing that I thought about was uh, distractions. So there is a lot of, especially in our climate today, there are a lot of things pulling at us. whether it's social media or the culture things or the just distractions. I think if God is calling us to go richer and deeper and spend more time with Him and more relationship and communion and intimacy with Him on one hand, and then if we're prioritizing and or just because of distractions of life, uh, choosing other things or being pulled in all these different, we wear all these hats, right? Mom, sister, daughter, aunt, cousin, neighbor, whatever the case is. And so I would just say distractions.
And your partner can help you alleviate or mitigate those distractions on your way to application. Okay?
If you allow them to do that.
If you allow them. Because again, and this is very true with husbands and wives. But Pastor Brent and I have been here. Okay, you got this to do. This your priority. You doing this for him, this for her, that for that one, this for that one. You going over here, here, here. What about this right here? This right here is what you need to do. And this right here, because you're not doing this, but you're doing this, and you're distracted by cousin, auntie, sister, brother, mother, and the children. Children is a big one for you ladies. Oh Lord, I'm not a woman, I'm not a mother, but I know the children are a big one for you because you'll sacrifice everything, including the agenda that will bring you transformation. You will abort all of that for the sake of the children. Carla's right, it's a distraction. He said, we call my baby a distraction. My baby's not. No, your baby might not be a distraction, but you are distracted from what needs to be done in order for you to see the transformation. And sometimes the drama, Carla's distraction brings, it's drama. The distraction is drama. Okay. And I say drama, watch my hands, drama, because it's not a short 2-minute, 3-minute thing and I'll get right back to what I need to do. Sometimes it's days. And watch this, it's hours. And then when you finish interacting with these people, they leave you emotionally drained. So there's nothing left inside of you, Sister Ivy, for application. You've suffered, Sister Carla, complete distraction. Okay? And see, this again is where partners in what you're doing is necessary because they can say, yeah, I can hear you on all of that, but you did say that this is what you need to do, and you are completely off track. Now let's get back on track. Let's go on track. Let's go do what you need to do and do it mad. Okay? Do what you got to do and do it sad. But do what you need to do and recognize that this over here is a distraction. Its purpose is to get you off track. Thank you, Sister Carla. It's perfectly in line with where we're going. Distraction keeps us from application. And partnerships will help us. Listen to what the scripture says. Go ahead, Pastor. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, in doing this transformation too, and we, Pastor had a whole list of different things that were up there, but choose one. Choose one that you want to stay focused on. Don't choose 5 because that's going to be a distraction in itself necessarily. But choose one area and start that journey. If you get through it and you got it, choose another area in the process of being transformed. Because if you try to choose everything and I need to be transformed in every little area of my life and I got to do it this so I can get going. I understand the passion to be transformed. But if you choose so many different things, it's going to become a distraction to you and it's going to become overwhelming for you and you will stop.
And a good partner, again, will help you to identify that. Okay? You try and do too much. That's the problem. You try and do too much. That's what your partner will say. Choose one. You're distracted. You're misfocused. Again, let's look at Solomon here. 2 are better than 1. Why? Because they have a good return for their labor. Transformation takes work. It takes work. And that's why 2 are better than 1. Whatever needs transformation and change in your life, 2 are better than 1. You can be the first person and then the other person. Because if you fall, there's a chance you might fall. There's a chance you might trip, chance you might hurt yourself. Chance that one of those distractions might cause you to trip and you fall and scab your knee. The partner can lift you up. lift you back up, get you back on your feet. But woe to you if you're by yourself when the fall comes. Woe to you when the drama with your auntie and them, not them, but them, okay? Your auntie and them get in your business and got all kind of family drama that they dragging you through. Woe to you if you abort ship at that point and you're by yourself. You got nobody to help you get back on track. Woe to you if some drama, because if you keep on going, something's going to happen. Somebody at work is going to say something, get you in your feelings. Something's going to happen. The refrigerator's going to break down. The dishwasher's going to stop working. Something in the house. Something is going to. Some of them they come. Sister Ivy. Some people say they come in threes. So now you got three different things coming at you at the same time, and it will cause you to fall. It causes you to trip up. And when you fall, you have no one to help you up if you fall alone. And then the Bible says this: even better than that is a threefold cord. That's not quickly broken. You want to be sure that you're going to be on the straight and narrow, sure that you're going to be applying yourself in the area that you need to be applying yourself in without the distractions, without overextending yourself. Be a team of three. It's not necessarily the more the merrier, because sometimes too many cooks in the kitchen can cause catastrophe, if not confusion. But two are better than one, and a threefold cord is not easily broken. Tag, you're at a conversation with women, for women. Any other women, any other thoughts on any of this? Let's hear from you here. Any other thoughts? We're talking about application right now. One of the things that's missing on the list, it wasn't supposed to be part of our conversation today, but Sister Ivy touched something there. And then Pastor Sabrina said, we understand that application can be tough. Get yourself some help. Get yourself a partner. And I said too, there's two different kinds of partners. There's activity partners and there's accountability partners. Activity partners will help you to do the activity. They're actually doing the same thing that you are doing. They're in the lane next to you. They're on the weights next to you. They're on the bike next to you. They're in the track, the lane next to you. They're doing exactly what you're doing. And it helps you to feel, I am not alone. And they look at you and say, I am here with you. Huh? Yeah. And then there is the accountability partner, which is different from the activity partner. The accountability partner knows what it is you're trying to do and holds you accountable on a regular basis, saying, did you do that? And when you say no, they're in your face and say why. And you need to have some respect for the accountability partner. You have to have a little bit of fear for them. A little fear, a little respect. You got to hold them in some level of regard. It can't be your 6-year-old niece. Because you can tie her up in knots and send her about her business. She'll take any excuse you give. You understand what I'm saying? Your accountability partner needs to carry some weight in your life, so that when you mess up, their response to you has an impact on you and will help you to get back moving. Okay, you don't have to be terrified of them, but they have to have some weight in your life or they're not an accountability partner. Sister Ivy.
Yes, Pastor, in line with the same accountable business, right?
Mm-hmm.
In life, there will always be distractions. Let's just get that out of the way.
Yes.
Distractions is not going to go away. If anything, it's going to increase, because that's a trick of the enemy to begin with. Number two, we must have a sense of maturity as well, because anything you want bad enough, you will seek out.
Yes.
Okay? I'm just gonna put out all my points. No, when you want something bad enough, you don't need someone to come and tell you you need to do this, and that. If I have an issue with going out there looking tore up, I check myself in the mirror all the time to make sure I don't have, stuff on my face or boogers in my nose and stuff.
Okay.
Now, that doesn't mean it can't happen. It can. But also, we are too sensitive as human beings. Like, we get offended when someone tells us the hard truth, even in love, right? So it must come to a place where we must grow up. It's like the word says, even God says, not everyone that says, Lord, Lord, means they love me. It's only after you do what I say,
Yeah.
right? So, which means just because I say, okay, I want to be transformed, doesn't necessarily mean that. You got to take steps. You can't do the same thing and expect something different.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? Oh, I want to get my finances in order, but yet still you are at the salon every week, and you're buying fast food every other day, and and it's the same with, regardless of what the situation is, whether it's weight, whether it's finances, whether it's marital issues. We keep doing the same thing. So there comes a time where we have to just grow up, okay? Take some responsibility as well for what's going to happen, because you can have all the right people helping you and holding your hand, and you refuse to comply with everything that you're receiving. You're not going to get anywhere. There's no transformation coming. You're going to get upset because you're going to say, oh, this thing is not working, right?
Right.
But it's not that
Yeah,
it's
right.
not working, it's that you are not working it. So it's still, regardless to how it goes, it still comes back to us.
Yes.
That we have to do the work. And I mean, it's the same in the spirit, it's the same in the natural. Jesus loves us, he wishes that all of us be saved, that we all, prosper and be in health as our soul prospereth. But we have to do the maintenance in order to reap the benefits of
Yeah.
what he says.
Yeah.
So, bottom line, it's on us, and we need to grow up and do what we need to do to get what we need to get.
Amen. That's strong talk. Uh, Before Pastor Sabrina speaks in, any thoughts? Anybody else on this? Any other thoughts? Any responses, Sister Ivy? Any woe me or ouch? Because I know she hit some of y'all. I know she hit y'all. I know it hurt. I know it does. Go ahead. Who else? Somebody, some other thought other than Pastor Sabrina and myself. So let's hear from somebody. Someone else on what you just said.
And you can also put your thought in the chat, and I can speak it out if you have a thought also.
Anybody else? Any other thoughts? Okay.
Okay, I was thinking, Pastor, oh,
One of you has to mute and turn off the mic on the other one. Mute and turn off the mic.
yeah, let's see, is that better?
That's better.
Yes.
Uh, in addition to what Mom is saying about being mature, I, I believe that as women of God, or just women in general, if you're really sick and tired of something, where like they say, where there's a will, there's a way. You have to have a specific plan, a vision for your life. And like the word says, that young men will have vision and old men will dream dreams. We have to be very specific, because I know growing up, of course, our parents weren't perfect and they kind of more model for us what sacrifice is, where you have to pull up your socks, like we like to say in the Caribbean. You have to band your belly. When that bill is, like they give you a red notice, or your work might give you a yellow notice. What are you going to do? I mean, you're working as an adult, we're supposed to, but then you have to sacrifice even maybe more time and get a part-time job on top of the hard job you have. That's your first job, because you have a vision. I need my lights to stay on so that my family can be taken care of. Now, we do have, and I'm just coming from a realistic point of view, we do have people who were born in environments, and you cannot choose your biological family, but you can choose your family, if that makes sense. So have a specific plan. If you're sick and tired of fighting with your children's father because he's not acting right, or your mom is not acting right, or you feel like your friends are in a space that used to be you, but now you're not there anymore. Write down 1 or 2 steps. What do I need to do? Because I'm so sick and tired of being here and I'm always frustrated. Where am I going? And just like Mom said, you cannot just say, I want to be transformed. What are you transforming into? What is
Right.
your end game? What's the end goal? Write down your vision. How do you see yourself? I'm sick and tired of having a dead end job. I want a career. Oh, I'm sick and tired of, fighting, trying to find employment. What can I do? So start focusing on building your family. Go out and reach out to the temp services or different resources where you can speak to professionals and say, well, hey, do you have a card that I can use? Can I email you if I have any questions about the workforce, or about going to get my CDL license to drive trucks, or a therapist of some kind, or something of that manner. Like, when you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, you make sure you have a vision and say, okay, this is what I want for myself. And then that shows maturity, that you want to grow, you want to bust out of that shell. And then you are not alone, because you're building that 2 core, 3 core fold by adding people to your family, people that will pour into you and guide you along the way. So you're not alone.
I
Okay.
like that. I really
Okay.
like that planning,
ahead, Pastor.
Sister Nika, because without a plan, you may fail. You will fail. The word talks about plan out your way and God will order your steps. Um, y- Not having a plan puts you to do things on a sporadic way. Not having a plan or laying out a plan of where you're going or where you're trying to go. Let's just say where you're trying to go. Will help you to get into the focus, or help you to stay focused and not get so distracted. Having that plan will put you in the room. You will get yourself in the room, in whatever room that it is that you need to. Is it a financial seminar? Is it a financial guru? Is it a somewhere marriage counsel? You'll get yourself in the room, having that plan. And I liked how she said that, because us having a plan of some sort, even if it's small goals in your plan, you will reach them if you lay them out and you see it. Because once you start writing everything out, then you be like, oh, no, I can't do that. Or I don't need to be doing this. Or I don't need to be, let me put this first. You start to put things in priority, prioritizing your way, in doing whatever it is that you're trying to get to. So that is, I love the Sanika, how she's talking about planning.
All right, let's tie together what we've said so far. Quick recap. We've listed some of the places, some of the things that we've looked at up to this point. I won't go back to that. We said what's missing. And Sister Ivy came in and she said flat-footed application. You're not seeing transformation in your life because of lack of application. It's one of the ingredients that's necessary. Pastor Sabrina said, well, okay, application is hard. It's difficult. So begs the question, what can we do when we find that application is difficult? And we said, find yourself another body. Find a body who will do the activity with you, or who is in need of the same transformation, because two are better than one. Find someone who can hold you accountable, because sometimes just having that person who you know you have to answer to makes all of the difference. Sister Ivy came back and said, yes, but at the end of the day, it comes down to you. You've got to do something. Because if we standing on your side and we doing it, but you ain't doing it, because ultimately it's your choice. She's saying something right about that. Partnership is not a placebo. It's not a silver bullet. You can have somebody who is doing the same activity as you, but if it's not in you, you ain't gonna do it. You have to ask yourself, do I really want the transformation? Am I really, I think Sister Ivy or Sister Nika said, sick and tired of being sick and tired of this situation. Because even with a partner, if the appetite and the desire for transformation is not truly there, time will tell it. In other words, there's a scripture in the book of Luke. It's talking about hypocrisy, and it says that ultimately it's going to come to the light. What's in the dark is going to come to the light.
Yes.
And so while we are suggesting that if you're having a difficult time with application, you need a partner, that's not for everybody. Some of you don't have a problem with application. Some of you have a problem with appetite. You really don't want the change. You may be talking a good game because it sounds good. You may be saying, I want to get my finances in order. That's what I'm going to be doing. That's what I'm working on. But not really. Sister Ivy said you constantly in that salon, nail salon, hair salon. Every week something new, every 3 times a week something new shows up at the door from Amazon, from Temu, Emu, all of them. And he don't God help you if you find a sale on Facebook Marketplace. Okay, you out there. And so are you serious about financially getting your stuff in order or not? Because if I'm your partner and I'm trying to balance my checkbook, balance my finances, and I'm making progress, but you still where we both were 3 months ago, time is making it clear that you are the hypocrite. That word hypocrite, Hippocrates, it means an actor. You're a pretender. You're a poser. That's what you're doing. You posing. You holding the pose. You're the mannequin. You're like the model in the window. This is what, when you put on the clothes, this is how you're supposed to look when you wear it. So I got my hat on. You say, I'm posing. I'm just posing. That's all I'm doing. But you're not doing the real thing. You're not the real deal. Sister Ivy takes issue with that. It boils down to you. You need to put pedal to the metal, because all this stuff on the side, as far as Ivy's concerned, you don't need that kind of stuff until you need it. Check yourself. But even if you do need it, and the persons are there to support you, do it with you, or hold you accountable. That's the other thing. The thing about an accountability partner is that they'll call your bluff. They'll tell you what Sister Ivy's telling you. You ain't serious. You're not for real. You're not ready. When you're ready, give me a call. When you're ready, come back and see me. And then you come back and talk about the partner. He just dropped me and won't talk to me no more. He said, she said this, she said that. Well, what she did is she called you bluff. You're not ready. Okay? Some strong talk there, and then wrapped it up finally with Sister Anika saying, get yourself a plan. Write out what it is that you want to do. Write out a plan. And again, here comes the partners, because a partner can help you to design that plan. How we're going to move forward in this thing. All right? That's where we are so far. Go ahead, Pastor.
One of the things I realized, we'll pay for the trainer. Who's going to do what that person that came in your life was going to do? We'd rather pay that person, and because...
Times of Refreshing is a ministry of Powerhouse International Church. Listen or be part of the conversation at refreshed1.org.